Hi guys. So in today's video we're going to talk about what it's like living with an Irish wolfhound puppy. So I've had dogs and animals all my life. My mom rescued and Wells did other stuff, so it's always been in our some of our genes and our nature, I guess. Just because we were around it and brought up around it. So, needless to say, we've always had animals. I've had birds, all kinds from macaws, African greys, Amazons, conures, parakeets, even a dove. I've had reptiles from bearded dragons to snakes, boas, pythons, skinks, just all that, turtles, tortoises, and then cats, dogs, horses, pigs, goats, chickens. So animals all my life. I've also had many dogs from Chihuahua, Border Collie, Dachshunds, Golden Retrievers. Actually, my first dog that I got on my 10th birthday was a Golden Retriever female. And I love that dog. Like, the best dog. And then all types of cats. Technically, right now I have Highland Lynx tabbies, 2 males, and then I have my Irish Wolfhound puppy. And I've even I've looked online. My mom has had them. She had my puppy's mother, his father, and then another one that is a hound, Irish Wolfhound mix. So, been around the breed, familiar from just my mom having them. And so, yeah, it was an accidental litter. They got the male fixed, but it was too late. So she ended up having 9 puppies. 1 died because the vet fooled around and they didn't do what they were supposed to. Left her in the car. Left the puppies that were just born in the car. Long story short, there was 2 twins. I got the runt because the lady that was supposed to have him blew out her knee and she was older. So there was actually 2 left. The female, my mom's dog that she got with my dad when he was still alive, passed away last year, the beginning of December, due to, I guess, complications. She had a thing in her mouth that got removed. She got fixed, and also it was like a fatty 50% cancer and 50% like she would be okay, I guess. And it sucked because my mom got her dream dog was an Irish Wolfhound, always to have an Irish Wolfhound. My dad agreed to it, and they went and they got my mom's dog, the female. And it sucks because she passed away and she was like really like the last thing kind of related to my dad. Like, she became very protective of my mom after my dad passed, and the Irish Wolfhound female is very close to my dad. Like, she did everything with him, like feeding the horses. She was just a really great dog. So after my dad passed, they got the male. There was a contact because my dad always wanted a black Irish Wolfhound, and the male had a black face at the time, which he now actually looks like my puppy, the male I have. And then they got Maylee, which was the same breeder. It was an accidental litter. The hound got into the yard and mated with her female. So anyways, so I'm familiar with all types of dogs. My mom's had Rhodesian Ridgebacks, Collies, Aussies. So, for me though, having an Irish Wolfhound puppy has been a bit different because they're not like normal dogs. They require so much. At least my guy does. He was the runt of the litter. He did have a twin male, Ragnar, who lives with somebody else. So he was tiny. So my experience with him has kind of been tough. I've even gone online and asked people questions. I've looked it up, like I said, numerous times because no dog is the same as another dog. They're all different. Just like humans, Just because they're the same species, the same race, does not mean they're the same. So my experience with him has been kind of tough. I got him at 8 weeks, exactly 8 weeks. And someone said that they were supposed to stay longer with their mother, but I'm not sure if that was the case because his mom had to be weaned and done breastfeeding the dogs so she could get, because she was still bleeding after the surgery, which is weird, for quite a while, and the vets kept saying that was normal. But anyways, so I got him at 8 weeks. Brought him home. He was whiny, as I expected, with an 8-week-old puppy. His father, I guess, whined up until 6 months. And my little sister could not stand him, just because all the whining and the crying and she was young, and that grates on your nerves when you're young. But he still continues to whine. He's 6 months. We had issues with him pottying in the house, more so when he's upset or you're not paying attention to him. Like, you can be giving him attention constantly, but the moment you would stop, he would use the bathroom in the house, poop, pee, all that stuff. And I chalked it up as like, he's still young, still learning. But I'm not gonna lie, like, it's definitely a challenge. I like challenges. I'm very hard-headed. His training, we started that exactly at 8 weeks. Like, he had his 2-week grace period, and then we started training because there's no way I'm going to have a large dog and it be crazy. Like, we started doing he would only do 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then he would get tired on walks and start crying, and then we would come back in, just so we didn't mess with anything. But now that he's older, I mean, he plays with other dogs because I have a job where I'm at a house and there's other dogs. And he plays and he runs and that's good. But it's weird because when we go up because my mom kept 2 of his siblings, when we go up there, it's probably because I have a large family, like there's 16 brothers and sisters, and we're just a huge group. And he was tired, like, didn't want to go to the bathroom, didn't want to come out of his kennel, he just wanted to sleep. After we got back from my mom's, and he played with his sisters. And it's weird because at work, when he's playing, like, for an hour, because I'm usually there for a while, and I make him lay down and calm down and then stop playing. When we come home, he's still amped up and ready to go, which is weird, Totally different experience from my mom's. But anyways, raising him has definitely been a challenge. Like, He constantly cries. He cries when he drinks water. He cries when he can't destroy a bone. He cries and he pouts when he can't wipe his beard on you after drinking water and eating. Like, to the point, like, he has to do it. And you tell him no. And usually before, he would pee in the house. You can't get the cats. The cats are no-nos. Do not chase the cats. Do not bite the cats. He would pee in the house. So, my experience, and I don't know if it's because he's a male, because we basically just had females all of our lives when it comes to dogs. Like, we've only had 2 males in our life. That was a dachshund, and then that was his father that my mom still has. The dachshund went to one of my sisters because at the time my mom couldn't handle, the urinate, peeing all over everything in the house. I've had 2 males in my life. I did a rescue on a pit, Zion, and he was nothing like that. Like, he went to the bathroom outside. He only pottied in the house if he had a stomach thing because he had really bad, gastritis, IBS. I'm not sure what it was, but he could only eat salmon or a fish thing. He couldn't have anything else because it would mess up his stomach. And he also came from an abusive home or place where there was a hoarding situation. So, he was nothing like my puppy, my Irish Wolfhound puppy, though. Like, he was abused, so he was scared and skittish. He did try to nip at a kid one time, which was weird because he saw this kid constantly, the pit bull I rescued. But other than that, he was a great dog. He was good with cats. He was good with, So with my Irish Wolfhound puppy at a young age, I tried to socialize him with sounds, kids, other dogs, which he's fine with the dogs at my work, but we have an Aussie at my place here, and it barked, and he got freaked out and tried to run away. So it's just with certain dogs, I guess. And I know he's still a puppy. I know he's still 6 months, and I'm hoping that, with the maturing slowly, it'll get better. But it's definitely hard. They eat a lot. He's super picky because at a young age I was giving him eggs, ground turkey. I mean, if you look at my previous videos, you'll see. He got a variety of stuff. So he became very picky where he would only eat if he had all that stuff in there. We're at a point now with the food that he likes just by itself with water, of course, that he'll eat. He's on joint stuff. But yeah, I mean, earlier this morning we had an incident where he pooped all over the kennel. And then before he wasn't doing stairs because he was just too little and stuff. And so he was using the patio. And even then, for some reason, he likes to play in his poop and walk all over his pee and stomp in his poop and spread it. So that's what he did in his kennel at 2:41 this morning. I woke up to the smell, and he had it all over my walls, all over my fireplace, all over himself, all over the kennel. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if he's upset because he didn't get to sleep out of the kennel because he's transitioned to sleeping, in the bedroom on his bed on the floor, in our bedroom. We've also moved to a new place, and he has loads of toys. Yesterday he got 6 new toys, including chewing bones, and he's just, chewing the grout on the fireplace, trying to chew the baseboards, chewing the coffee table. So, I mean, it's definitely been a struggle. Um, and like my mom said, like, they're not like normal, regular dogs. And I understand that, like, clearly, like, just having him, I know he's not. Constantly has to be by your side, leaning on you, touching you in your face. We're working on boundaries and space and not crowding, and when enough is enough, it's enough. So I'm excited to see how he progresses when he gets older, if he calms down, if the whining stops, if the I'm mad at you, so I'm gonna pee and poop in the house stops. Yeah, I mean, the whining definitely grates on your nerves. So, even when he's out and with you, like, and you're touching him, it's like a constant crying. He's in there pouting now because he got a shower and he didn't want to go back in the kennel because he pooped all over it, but that's where he is. Definitely a gorgeous boy, definitely sweet, but definitely, also hard-headed. He definitely likes to try to be the boss, which, doesn't fly here. He definitely tries to be the boss of me because I'm a little easier on him. Like, I give him chance after chance after chance after chance, and I guess that's a fault on my end. So, yeah. Also, he was the runt of the group, but he's also the biggest now, so. And he's more built than the rest of them. Sadly, though, we did lose one of his brothers to liver failure, which is weird because they didn't catch it when they were younger. My mom's at a new vet, and he said that knowing that one of them had it, he would have tested all the puppies for the liver failure just to be on the safe side. But yeah, I've noticed that the males are a little more rambunctious than the females because my mom's two puppy females and her female dog were a lot calmer. Even his father was actually calm. I mean, the only issue that they had with him was the constant whining until he hit about 6 months. Like I said, Eddie's 6 months, but he still continues to whine and, act out. He isn't fixed. I think I'm going to wait till he hits a year. I'm just hoping, that he'll calm down within that time. But yeah, the males are more rambunctious. One of the male puppies had to get returned back to my mom, which worked out because my nephew's puppy that passed from the liver failure passed, so they were able to take him, which was good, but he was biting and they had no boundaries with him, and then when you have no boundaries with them, they walk all over you. So he was biting the kids. They were yelling at him, hitting him, and putting him outside, which you can't do with these guys. They're very, very, very sensitive. And my cousin just didn't know how to handle him. So he's in a better place with my nephew and his girlfriend, which she's an animal lover, and they have, 2 other dogs and other reptiles and mammals, so yeah. And then which is weird because my sister's boyfriend has another of the brothers, and he's actually calm. So when he's at home, he's calm, he sleeps, he's on a good schedule, he walks, He doesn't, he isn't crazy. He actually acts like the females. But when he's at my sister and my mom's house with the other ones, he's rambunctious and he's crazy. But when he's home, he's the opposite, which is weird. Eddie's always on 100. His other brother, Lincoln, is always on 100. And then his brother Ragnar is on 100. So I think the males just have more energy. But I'm not an expert. Like, there's other people out there that can tell you more about it. I'm just going off of my experience, my puppy, and what is going on. Like I said, I've had loads of dogs and stuff. He by far is the most challenging one, but I love him. We love him to death. And he's a good boy when he wants to be a good boy. Like, he can totally be sweet. Also, when you tell him he's a good boy and you praise him, he likes to bite. And I don't know what that is. Yeah, he's looking over at me now. He likes to bite and nip. But he knows about biting and nipping. So, yeah. And also, we were going to take the kennel away permanently because he has been doing really good for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. And then we had the incident today where it's like, I don't think you're ready to fully be out of the kennel, left alone in the house when we have to go. Because most of the time he goes to work with me, and then one of us is home because we're, working from home. At least my husband is. But I take him to work when I have to go into work. Yeah. I do not fully trust him to be left alone at home out of the kennel, especially since he's starting to chew on the house items instead of his toys. And like I said, I think that's because we moved and he's acting out. Because at our old place, he didn't chew on any of our furniture. So, yeah. That's my experience with an Irish wolfhound puppy. 6 months, emotional Eddie. And yeah, I hope that gives a little bit of insight. Definitely open to people's thoughts, advice, anything in regards to, anything else that we can or I can be doing, because he is a new breed of dog to me. So, yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.